So inshallah we'll do two ayats today of Surah AlBaqarah, ayat number 179 and 180. We did the ayat before that, and that was about the qisas, ayatul qisas, which is the retribution or payment of the killing. So the ayat number 179 is actually the end part of that ayat and a conclusion from that ayat. So we'll do a simple translation first. Auzubillahi minash shaitanir rajeem. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Walakum fil qisas. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying that in the retribution, which is the payment, whichever way the payment happens for the killing, either the person or the killer is punished, or he can be freed by paying some payment. Okay? So whichever way it happens, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says that for you, for all of you, in the qisas, in the matter of retribution, in the matter of paying back whichever way, hayatun, there's a life for you. Ya ulil albab, O the people who have understanding. Now what is the meaning of that? There is a life in that. Is that if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had not given an option and every killer was killed as a result of the crime, then the killing will continue between the tribes and between the people. When one person will be killed by a tribe or its people, then in revenge they will come and kill. And then in revenge the other side will come and kill. And this will go on. And the society will be destroyed. So by giving an option that all this can be stopped, if some payment is made to the person's family who was killed, and after that matter is closed. So no more killing will take place. That means the society will survive. There will be hayat, there will be life in the society. So that's what it means, that for you in the retribution, in the qisas, is a life for the whole society to exist and survive. Ya ulil albab, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, those people who think, who understand, those who have wisdom, for them this is something good that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has permitted. La'allakum tattaqoon, if you fear, if you have taqwa of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, then this is something good for you. So after that, the next ayat, number 180, is a advice to the person who is about to die, that person should mention a will, that how his wealth should be distributed. Okay? So let's look at that ayat first, and then we'll understand few things. Kutiba alaykum. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says that upon you it has been made obligatory. It has been written. Okay? Iza hadara, when arrives, when reaches, ahadakumul mauto, to someone of you the death arrives. So when it's about the time for the person who is dying, before he dies, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says that in taraka khaira, if he has left some wealth, if the person who is about to die is going to leave some wealth, then what he should do? Okay? Then he should make a wasiyah. Okay? Al-wasiyah, that means he should mention a will. He should tell the other people that there is a will after I die, what to do with the wealth that I'm leaving. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying here that he can make a will, or he can write a will, or he can tell other people that this is how wasiyat is going to be. That it should be for the walidain, for the parents, wal aqrabina, and for those who are near relatives. Okay? So walidain and aqrabina, so people who are the parents and those who are the near relatives, he can tell them how much money should go to them. Bil ma'ruf, in a kind way or in a customary way. Okay? Haqqan alal muttaqin, this is a duty. Haqq means here a duty. Alal muttaqin, upon those people who have taqwa. Now, one thing to know about this ayat number 180, this ayat was revealed in the early days of Islam. Okay? And at that time, the option was given that if a person is about to die, he can tell how much of his wealth should go to parents, how much should go to his relatives. So he can do a wasiyat. He can write a will. Okay? But later on, the amount of the wasiyat was fixed. So this ayat was abrogated. This ayat does not apply. This ayat is still in the Quran, but its rule does not apply. Now a person who is dying after, there came more ayats after this. And based on the instructions in those ayats, the rule of this ayat does not apply anymore. Now a person cannot say that 10% will go to my father, 15% will go to my mother, 15% will go to some nephew or niece. He cannot do anymore. Why? Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, in the ayats that came after this ayat in the Quran, He decided how much should go. He has already decided that how much should go to the mother, how much should go to father, how much should go to the daughter, how much more goes to the son. So there's a division already Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has decided. So in this ayat, the option was that whatever, if he wanted to give 90% of his wealth to his mother, he could do that. Or if he wanted to give nothing to his son, he could do that. So this is what it is. But in the ayats that came after this one, the order of this ayat was cancelled. But ayat stays in the Quran. These types of ayat are called ayat-e-naskh. Naskh means cancelled. Order, the hukum is cancelled. But the ayat stays in the Quran. Ayat cannot be removed from the Quran. So this is called ayat-e-naskh. Naskh means to abrogate, the command cancelled. And acknowledge cancelled, but another ayat supersedes this ayat. Okay? Another ayat takes over this ayat. So in the Quran, in many other places which came down later on, the different order came how to divide the wealth. So now this cannot be applied at the time of the wasiyat, at the time of the death. But the rule is there, the ayat is there. Okay? So now let's understand the ayat. The first ayat is 179. Walakum fil qisasi. So the ayat says wa, la and kum. Okay? Va means and la means for, and kum means you. And you here is all. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is addressing all the people, all those who have believed, that for all of you and for all of you and for all of you. Okay? And then the next word we learned last time was qaf, swad, and qisasun. Qisasun was the word, and its English word is retribution, which means paying back. Okay. Paying back, whichever way is decided, either life for a life or some monetary payment in place of killing. Okay, so that is qisas. Okay? And if you put al before that, so al means the retribution, al qisas, And when you put al, one dhamma goes away and becomes al-qisasu, the retribution, the payment back. Okay? And the word before that is fi. Fi means in. Okay? So this will become in the retribution. Okay? Fi is a harf-jar. It changes this dhamma to a kasra. So the word becomes fil qisasi. You do not pronounce this alif. Fil qisasi. That's the word in the Quran. In the retribution. Okay? In the matter of retribution. In the retribution. And for you, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling everyone, and for you in the matter of retribution, okay, what is there in the matter of retribution? The words starts with ha, ya and ya. And hayatun, that we commonly know, hayatun is life. Hayatun, hayat means life. So there is a life for you, which means people can survive, otherwise killing will continue and go on and on. Okay? So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says there is life for you. Okay?
Hayatun, life means only and only the human being, not for any other, like you're going to be hunting, kill some bird or some with a deer and something,
So as I said that if one person is killed, then the other person will go and kill him.
Kill him.
And then their side will go and kill this first person, somebody.
Correct.
So this killing will continue. Okay? But if some payment is made and the killing stops, then they will not kill each other. So people will live. So there will be a life in there, and the society will live. Otherwise, society will become just a killing place for each other. So that's what the meaning of the hayat. Hayat is not the life of a person, but life for the whole society. The whole society will live in peace. That's what the hayat means here. Okay? And then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying that Ya ulil albab. Okay. So Ya means O. Okay. And Uli means those. Okay. So when you, this little circle on the dot of the wow, you do not pronounce wow, uli. You would say oo, okay? The wow is written, but it is not pronounced. So uli means those. And the next word starts with this lam, ba and ba. Okay? And this means to understand. Okay? And albab is the noun which means understanding. Albabun means understanding or wisdom. Wisdom. Al-Bab means to have some wisdom or to have some understanding. Okay? So Ulil Al-Bab means those people who understand, those people who have wisdom. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is addressing those people who have wisdom or understanding, that if you understand this rule of qisas, is bringing something good in this society. This law of qisas is good for you if you understand. Okay? So that is ulil albab. Okay? And again here this uli and albab when you combine become ulil albabi. Those of understand. Actually when you put al, only one dhamma is left, so al-babu. And when you combine uli and al-babu, like kitabullahi, kitabun and allahu become kitabullahi.
Where the other line?
Hmm?
You should have two lines, right? And in front of
Al-bab.
yeah.
So this is al-bab. Hmm?
So because it's al have alif and lam, right? So the
Yeah.
main word is lam baba,
Yeah, so this is
right? So
lam and ba, right?
right? Yeah.
Okay.
The al.
And labab is the word.
Correct.
Okay. And then you have an al-bab, yeah.
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 Where the other line? You should have two. Is you have
Al-bab.
you should have two lines there somewhere.
Ya ulil al-bab.
So you should have dhamma on the top.
Ulil al-bab. How is it written in the? Is it written the same way?
One.
Yeah, it's written the same way. So al-bab is the word, and ulil al-bab.
Yeah.
So that lam is there.
Yeah.
Al.
Okay.
Yeah. So al-bab and li, and this is al, and this
Okay.
this alif
Yeah.
is
Correct.
actually
Yeah.
this
That's
one.
the correct one.
Okay. So ulil albab means those who understand, or those of understanding, or those of wisdom. So for those people who have understanding on wisdom, Allah says that there is a life in this rule that He has made for you. Okay? And then the next word is la Allah. La Allah means maybe. Maybe. And kum means you. La Allah means maybe or perhaps. Okay, and kum means you. So la'allakum, maybe you. Okay. Maybe you means you all people. Maybe you all. Okay. And then the word that comes very often in the Quran is taqwa. Taqwa means to fear Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, or to be righteous person, or to be right people. Taqwa, muttaqi. Muttaqi is the person who is a righteous person, who has fear of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So tattaqun means you fear, or you become righteous. You can translate both meanings of tattaqun. Tattaqun, like taf'alun. Tattaqun means you fear Allah. That's one meaning. The other meaning is that you become righteous person. Become right person, good person. Both meanings can apply here. So Allah says that maybe you will become good pupil or you will fear Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Either way is fine, because for you there is a good thing in the qisas, for the society, for the people, for the cities and communities. If qisas was not there, then killing will go on and on and on. Okay, but this way qisas is going to stop the killing, and people can live in the peace. So there is a life for the society, and this is something for those people who understand. Those people who don't understand, it is just killing for them. But those who have wisdom, who have understanding, so they may fear Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and then they will become righteous people. Okay? So you become righteous. Okay. Then the next ayat, it starts with these three letters, and we saw that last time. Kataba. Kataba means to write. Kitab is something where something is written. Okay, so kataba means to write. Okay. Kataba also means to ordain something, to make obligatory. Okay. Kataba also means that it has been written for you, means Allah has decided this for you. Kataba has been written or has been made obligation on you that you should do something. Okay, so this is what the kataba means, is written. Allah has written this for you, has decided for you. Written. Okay, kataba. And then after that the word is Allah, means upon, and kum means you. Allah means upon, and kum means you all. So when you write down these together, this becomes alaikum. Okay, this together can be, ya can be written this way. Alaikum, upon you. It is written upon you, which means it is obligatory upon you. It has been made fard upon you. Okay, upon you. And you means all the people that believe. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling that it has been decided by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala something. Okay. Okay. Now, idha means when. Okay. Idha means when. And idha is used for the future. When in the future. Sometime in the future. Okay. So that is used for the future. Or whenever it happens in the future. Okay. And then next three letters are hadara. Hadara means to arrive or to come. Hadara, hazir hona, to arrive or to come. Okay. Hadara, to come or arrive. Okay. So when you combine these three and put one fatah, it means it arrived. Past tense. Hadara, when we put three fatahs, it becomes the past tense, third person. Hadara, when it arrived. Okay. Now one thing happens here. This idha is used for the future. Okay. So the meaning of this word will be when it arrives or when it will arrive. Because this will change the meaning into the future. So the statement will be and when arrives. Arrives means when arrives in the future. Okay. So that is the meaning of when arrives. Okay. Then the next word is ahadun. Ahadun means one or any. Ahad means one or any. Okay, and kum means you. Okay. So when you combine, it will be ahadokum. Okay, this one to the must change into one, and ahadokum means any one of you. Any one of you. Okay. So when arrives any one of you, what arrives here? Al-Maut, the death. Okay? So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling people that when the time of the death comes to you, to any one of you. Okay? So this is Al-Maut, the death.
So how did Dhamma change into Fatha? Ahadakum instead of Ahadukum.
That's the Hadara is a verb and Ahadun is a noun. So when the noun comes after the verb, it Dhamma changes into a fatha. Like khalaq al-insana. Al-insano became al-insana. Okay? So the ahadun is a noun, one. Okay? So it will become ahadukum and hadara will make it ahadakum. Okay? So when to any one of you death arrives, when it is time that you know that you are going to die soon. Okay, that's what mean it when time arrives. That by the time you are at the age or sick or anything, and you know that soon you will be gone. At that time, Allah Subhanahu wa Taala is saying, what should you do? Okay, maut is arrived. Then in taraka. Okay, so taraka in means if. In means if. Okay. Now, taraka means to leave behind. Taraka is commonly used for the inheritance. People leave their wealth behind, called taraka. Taraka, something they leave behind, which means they have wealth and they have properties and they have everything. So when they die, this is called taraka. What is left behind after them. Okay? So taraka means to leave behind, and when you put three fathas, taraka, that means he left behind. Past tense. So condition is that if that person has some wealth, if he has something that he is going to leave behind him. That's what it means. If taraka, he left something behind, he left behind. Okay. Now, next word is kha, ya and ra. Okay? And this word we all know, khairun means good. Khair means something good. Okay? Khairun, no, something good. But khairun also means wealth. Mal. Khairun also means wealth or mal. Property, jaidad, money, all this is khairun. Good things that other people can use. Okay? If he left something bad, you're not going to give it away to the families and relatives. Okay? The good thing is his wealth. So if he is dying and he has some property, some money, some wealth, he's going to leave behind. That is in taraka khairan. Okay? So what is khairun? It's a noun and it's coming after verb taraka, so it will become khairan. Okay? So khairan means wealth. So if he is going to leave some wealth behind him, some property, anything that he is leaving behind, that's his taraka. Inheritance. Okay? So what should he do? He knows he has so much wealth and money and he is about to die. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, what should he do? He should do wasiyat. Wasiyat means to divide the wealth for the people who he is leaving behind. His will, in English it's called will, and wasiyat, he should write a wasiyat. He should write a will. Or not write, but at least decide how the money should be given to different people. If he has some loan, he should tell that this loan should be paid off. And then according to this ayah up to this point, however he is going to decide, he can give 80% to one person and 10% to another person, or nothing to somebody else. But this ayat was later on superseded by other ayat. So from this ayat point of view, he can decide. Okay? He can make a wasiyat. Wasiyat means a will. So he has to make a wasiyat. That's what it is. Okay? He has to write a will.
You mentioned the loans right now.
Yeah, so first the loan has to be paid off.
How about Islamic law is that if you have the life insurance, this be right?
All that has to be, he has to decide about that, yeah. Everything that he owned has to pass on to the other people. So whatever he has to go to the others. Okay, so here is ayat says that his will should be divided between these two first. Lil walidaini wal aqrabina. Okay, so let's look at these two words first, and then we will.
The later verses do mention about Audain.
Yes, yeah. So all the ayats that came after this, which supersede, first it says that the loan has to be paid, and then whatever is left has to be divided. And I'm sure in this situation, Allah is not saying that don't pay off the loan, even though loan is mentioned. But first right belongs to those he borrowed the money. So after paying that, now whatever is left here, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says he should make a wasiyah that it should be divided between walidaini wal aqrabina. Okay, so walidun means father or walid. Okay, and walidatun means mother. Walidatun means mother, and when we stop we say walida. Okay, but the word is walidatun. Okay, mother. Okay, and when you combine these two, they are called walidain. walidainu. Okay. Walidainu means both, walid and walida, mother and father, two of them. Okay. So it says that the wealth should be divided between the parents. So walidain means parents, father and mother. Okay. Now li, so walidain means parents. Okay. And you put al before that. The parents, al walidainu means the parents. Okay. And then you put li. Li means for. And li is a harf jar, it will change walidaino to walidaini. Dhamma changes into a kasra. So when you read this together, you do not pronounce this alif, it becomes lil walidaini, for the parents. He has to make a will, he has to tell that this much money should go to my mother, this much should go to my father, both of them, walidain. Okay, so that is first part of it. For the parents. So his will should have included the parents, for the parents. Okay. Then the next word is kaf, ra and ba. Karaba. Okay. Karaba, kareeb means something near. Okay. Near one. And akrabun, akrabun means more near. Okay, and who is more near? Your sisters and brothers, those, and your children, and your wife, all are nearer than the outsiders. Okay? So there are nearer relatives, blood relatives and close relatives. So these are called close relatives. Akrabun means close relative. Okay? And its plural is akrabuna. So this is singular and this is close relatives. Akrabuna, close relatives, near relatives, more near to you. Okay. Akrabuna. Akrabun is one relative. Akrabuna, all those close relatives to you. Akrabun, akrabuna. So when we put alif, it becomes more. Like Hasan and Ahsan. Hasan means good, Ahsan means more good. Okay? So alif makes the meaning of more. So akrab means more close to you, which are your immediate relatives. Okay? Akrabuna is the plural of that. Closed relative. Closed. Okay? Closed relative. Okay? Now, if you put al before that, it becomes the close relatives. Okay? Al akrabuna, the close relative, the near relative. Okay? The immediate relatives. Okay? Al akrabuna. And now this li means for is applying here also. For the parents and for the near relatives. Okay? So if this li is for, so this will apply here and li is a harf jar, and it will change this waw to a ya. Okay. Harf jar changes dhamma to a kasra and waw to a ya. So this becomes aqrabina. Li aqrabina means for the near relatives. Okay, and near relatives include all these things. Okay, husband, wife, sisters, children, those are the nearest to you relatives. Okay, near relatives. Okay. So the next word is enrafa, and ma'aruf has two meanings. Ma'arufun is from arafa. Arafa means very meanings, but one meaning is to do good. Okay, but ma'ruf has two meanings. It means in a good way. That's one meaning. Ma'aruf means something which is good. Okay? And it also means something which is customary, which is rawaj, commonly done. Okay? So the other meaning is that customary. Customary means whatever is in the society good. Okay? Which means it is a good thing to include everybody in the distribution of the wealth. Okay? Not leave out, if there is a sister who is in need, don't leave her out. Okay? So whatever people know how much should be given to each of them, do according to that. Not that you give all the wealth to one family only, like to your son, and don't give anything to your daughter. Okay? That's unfair. Okay? But however it makes people in the society a normal way of distributing, then Allah says that do that. Al-ma'ruf, the. Okay, so if you put al-ma'ruf, the, in the good way or the customary way. Okay? Al-ma'ruf. And al-ma'ruf, al will change two dhammas into a one dhamma, it will become al-ma'rufu. Okay? And B means in. Okay? So it will become bil, B is a harf jar. It will change this to a kasra. It will become bil ma'arufi, in a good way. Do the division in a good way. Or in the way it is customary in the society.
But mostly do the boys 2 times then grow.
At this time, that division was not in the Quran. It came later. So when this ayat came, it was not decided who gets what. It was only told that do in a nice way. Give whatever you want to do, but in a better way. Your choice. You can give 50% and 40%. Okay? You can give a little bit more to someone. Okay? Not unfair, but it is your choice. In this ayat, later on when more ayats of the Quran came, then it became the law who gets what. Okay? What a female child gets, what a male child gets, what wife gets, what who gets. That number was fixed. But that's the reason I'm saying this is the ayat-e-nasakh. Its rule does not apply anymore. Now you cannot divide like the way you want to. Okay? The ayats that came after that, you have to follow those ayats. Okay? So, bil maruf, in good way. And then the next word is ha, kaf, and kaf. And haqqun has many meanings. One of them is right. It is your right, means your haqq. It also means duty. Haqq, haqqun means right. It's my haqq when you say it's my right. Okay, but it also means duty. Duty means something you have to do. Duty is something that you have to do. Okay? So here the second meaning applies. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says it is a duty. Okay? And Allah means upon. And the word is again al-muttaqeen, and we just saw that. Al-muttaqeen means those who fear, those who have taqwa, those who are pious people. Okay? So one of the meaning can be al-muttaqeen, those who fear. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, if the person who is dying and he fears, then he should do the will that he should divide his wealth among parents and among other near relatives. Okay? According to this ayat. Later on, the amount was already distributed, who gets what. Okay? But up to this point, the choice was given in the early days of Islam when these ayats came, that person can divide as he wants to. Okay? So this is called ayat-e-wasiya. Okay? The ayat that gives the rule of how he should divide and who he should divide to his wealth. Okay? So in the other parts of the Quran is Surah An-Nisa and Surah Al-Ahzab and few other places, the exact rules came. That how much, as you mentioned, that the male child get 2 times the female child, and how much should go to wife and how much should go to who. So this all was decided, how much should go to mother, how much should go to father. Okay? But up to this point it was open. Okay? So inshallah we'll stop at this point.
Thank you.